Hello.
Your girl.
This is my first video. Not looking too hot for the beginning of the first video, but basically today I am getting ready and telling you guys a story about how I found out my ex cheated on me. Yeah, rough story. It doesn't seem like I'm over it because I'm kind of quite frankly talking about it, but you know what? Fuck it. So introduce, hello, my name is Emma. I am 17. I'm a senior. So basically, I'm just gonna start this out. Start from the beginning, shall we? Okay, so basically, this all starts last year, 2024, in January. My friend was she has a boyfriend, a long-term boyfriend. They're still together. They're still thriving, I guess. But my friend, we'll call her Anna. She was like, I know you're kind of looking for something, I don't really know what you're looking for, but there's this guy here, or there's this guy that thinks you're really pretty and he really wants to meet you, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm down, but I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. I just ended things with this one guy. I'm just I kind of need to chill. But for you, babes, I'll meet him. We'll go on a little two-man, okay? We get there, and this is so funny, looking back on this moment now, because it should have been number one red flag. There's a lot of red flags from the day we met that I definitely should have caught on to, but I think I just let my heart get in the way. But I'll also ignore my disgusting nails. I'm getting them done later this week, I promise. But there's been snow, so I couldn't. Anyways, so we're meeting at Anna's boyfriend's house. We'll call him Jude. We'll call him Jude. So we meet at Jude's house, and we're all chilling, whatever. But they're kind of I'm definitely third wheeling, heavily. We're all in his room and they're cuddled up. It was interesting, but whatever. And this guy is hella late, and I'm okay, well, is he not coming? Because if so, I'ma go. He gets there finally. We all go down to Jude's basement. We haven't even given him a name yet. We haven't given the guy's name yet. Should I just name drop? I don't think I'm gonna name drop. That is very like me though. Connor's a good one. I also never had been with a Connor, so this is a good name. Okay, so Connor finally gets there an hour late. We're all in Jude's basement, hanging out, watching movies, playing games, and they're we should go in the hot tub. And I was okay. And me and this guy, we're kind of connecting. There's a cute few moments. I'm oh, we have a pretty good connection, whatever, but this is not going to be anything more than just hanging out for our friends, just being there for them. They want us there, they want us to meet each other, so why the hell not? In the hot tub, the other couple made it a little awkward for us. So yeah, it was just altogether it was a pretty awkward night, I'd say. By the way, I'm using e.l.f. Halo Glow in my tan shade because I fake tanned. I did it literally 10 minutes ago. You guys would not be able to notice yet, but hopefully it turns out good, because I did a couple nights ago the same one and it turned out terrible, but I think it's because I was being lazy and it was really patchy. So I'm deciding to not be lazy today because it's a snow day and I have nothing better to do. And now I'm going in with this little bitty itty bitty creaseless concealer from Tarte. I don't think it's Shape Tape. 95% sure it isn't, but it is low-key the same. So after the hot tub, whatever, he wants to do some things that I don't really agree with. I don't really enjoy. I don't like it. I won't say that I didn't cave, but it was definitely not I'm all in, so it shouldn't have happened. So he keeps on trying to get me to give him that Haktua. You know what I mean? And I'm yeah, no, sorry, I'm not really interested in doing that. And he kept on pushing it, and I'm no, I'm good, thank you. I just met you 2 hours ago. it's fine, I'm okay. He wants to like go to the bathroom with me, like to go do the thing, and I'm like, no, I'm okay, thank you, I'm good, I'll pass on that one. So he picks me up. Girl, I should have ran for the damn hills after that one. And I'm like, I'm okay, thank you, I'm good. And I started yelling at him in front of everyone. I'm like, I said no, I don't know what you're trying to get out here, I don't know why you keep pushing this, like I said no, take it or leave it. He was like, okay, damn, whatever. And the rest of the night we were like actually getting along really well, which is sad to think about now. And another big thing, which was like a green flag, like why I was like, okay, this should happen, like I'm low-key down now, is because I've kind of had like a history of dating some men who definitely were not worth my time, I fear, and had hella girls on Snapchat, which I'm not like, okay, I'm not even gonna lie, oh damn it, I just freaking got this yesterday, just ignore, I guess. But I pick up his phone, he does not even move a muscle, he does not flinch, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you're coming home with me. There was no girls on his Snapchat, none. The night ends, I have to be home pretty early, so I leave, I get home, and we add each other in Snap or whatever, you know the drill. I don't know if it was like the day after or the day after that, but we end up going on our first real date. So he takes me out on a date. It's actually pretty cute. I forget everywhere we went. We went to this Mexican place. And then we went to the place I work, which I won't like disclose, but just know that's kind of like an arcade and like has like bowling and stuff. And so we go there too. He meets my coworkers on our first date. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, from this point on, I put contour under my chin and I never blended it out. So just ignore that from the rest of the video. So the date was amazing. We bonded over almost everything. Okay, I have like all my like cream products on, so we're gonna start with powders, which is kind of scary. I use 2 of these L'Oreal. Guess which one is older? This date actually went insanely well. He was just the sweetest thing ever. See, look at how sane that is. Do you see that difference? He was like, you know, I'm really not like one to rush things. I'm like, yeah, me neither. Like, we both have talked about it before. Like, we're both just like definitely not in the, like, we aren't looking for something serious right now. And he's like, but you kind of like make me question that. What do you mean? What do you mean I make you question it, girl? Tell me all about it. He's like, you're just so beautiful, and I've never been so in love with anyone. Like, I never had such a connection. He didn't say in love. I've never had such a connection with anyone like I do you. Oh, please. But, you know, at the time it was sweet because I didn't know he was a compulsive liar. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we ball. Like, I'm gonna go for this one. I'm gonna go for it. We'll see how this goes. If I get my heart broken, this is gonna be a bad heartbreak. We agree to start dating January 6th, 2024, which is yesterday. Hard day. It's fine, it's over now. We start dating, whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, we had it good. Like, it was really good. It feels like sickening to say now because like in retrospect it definitely wasn't. Like, he was way too overbearing, and low-key I kind of could be too sometimes, and it just like was pretty all around toxic, and we would fight a lot, but it was just so like, you're my person type of thing. And I don't want to sound cringy because I hate that, but it was just so like, we're meant to be together. By this point, we've been dating, let me think.
It was summer. So I'm gonna guess it was like August, so
7 months. We were together for 7 months at this point. And he is a year older, and he was moving away to his state tech school. So he's moving away, and I like to think me and his mom had a pretty good relationship, but it was like the week of him moving out, he had his grad party and everything, graduated. That's way before. I don't know what I'm saying. Over at his house, he is doing something. I'm in the kitchen with his mom, and we're talking and everything, and she's like, so how are you feeling? Like, what do you think about all this? And I'm like, you know what? I think that we have something serious. I think that we have something real. I fully trust him. I fully trust this man that he's not gonna do anything stupid. Can you tell I grew up watching James Charles? All that set and spray. It works, so I'm not even gonna complain. I just realized I didn't bronze. Whatever. That's what you didn't notice. So after I told her that, you know, I trust in what, you know, I just trust him. I have a feeling that nothing's gonna happen for real. And I think that this is all gonna be fine, honestly. This will be great. I was obviously still pretty emotional about it. Like, I did cry talking about it. That is because, like, I low-key spent every waking moment with him, and he was, like, one of my first real boyfriends. So she was like, I did some research for you, and only 20% of the population at this school is girls. She's like, okay, good, you should, because I had never seen him like this with anyone. Girl! And keep in mind, I went to all of his family events. I literally could, like, walk into his house and nobody would question it. Like, me and his mom were tight. I like to think. I don't know how she thought about me, like, behind the scenes, but she treated me like a friend, you know, and it was nice. I never had that kind of relationship with a boyfriend's mom, except for my ex before him, but I still do miss that mom. I should text her. I should. And be like, hey, girl, just checking in. How you doing? It's been 3 years, but how you doing? I miss you, babe.
Mommy, a girl behind you.
I'd say, like, the week of his move out, we were both very emotional. And I don't, like, want to out him because, like, I'm not even gonna lie, he is a douchebag. He is a bad person. Once I get into details, it was emotional because I knew I wouldn't be able to see him every day, but, like, I felt like we had it so well, and I could really trust him because I think about it, we had all of our logins to everything. And we both had, like, our locations, you know, there's never been anything sus. Like, there's never been any girl on his Snap, ever. It's like, I could pick up his phone wherever I wanted, I could go through it, he could go through mine. Like, I'd say in that perspective, it definitely isn't healthy because you should be able to just trust your partner. But we both had been through things and, like, getting cheated on, and, like, we both wanted to not deal with that. So we thought, why not, you know, like, I'm not hiding anything. I don't care if you look through my Snapchat, just don't look at my memories because those are really embarrassing. I was like, okay, like, he clearly doesn't really have any interest in other women, so I'm not gonna worry about it because there was no really red flags about cheating. There's red flags about other things, but I wouldn't say there was any about, like, straight up cheating. And even when he moved away, I still had all of his logins, location, I knew his address by heart. I won't say it out loud. Maybe next time I talk to him and he does something bad, I will. It's move-in day. I drive down with him. I move him in, like, completely. His parents are out drinking, hanging out with the other parents that are there, moving their kids in, because he lived in, like, a suite with, like, 4 people. And so, yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to go home. Like, it's 9 o'clock. I'm 2 hours away from home. Like, I'm just gonna get this done so I can go home. So I do. I build his bed, which gets important later. I decorate his room. I dust everything. I organize everything. Best girlfriend award should go to me. It gets time for me to go home. And like I said, it's pretty late at night. Like, my dad was expecting me home like an hour ago. I'm still 2 hours away from home. And I'm just like, I need to go. So I say my goodbyes to him. I'm like, I trust you. I was like, I love you. This sounds so... I just want to hug this version of me. I want to, like, give her the biggest hug and then slap her in the fucking face. And so I say my goodbyes, give him hugs, whatever. And I tell him, I'm like, if you do anything, like, I will find out. Whether it's, like, you get a whole nother girlfriend or you have a one-night stand, like, or if you're going out without me knowing, like, I'm gonna know. I'm gonna find out. Trust me. And I'm like, and remember, like, I've always said this, and I learned it from my dad, King, that once you frick up like that, like, you're done. Like, I am not even gonna associate myself with you anymore if you, like, hurt me in that way. And he's like, I know, Emma, like, this is just for a couple years and you can come down, move in with me. Like, we had this whole plan. Like, he lived off campus, so you can have, like, more roommates. Like, we had plans. That was, like, the craziest thing about all of this stuff. We had plans, like, dead set plans. I based my whole future, what college I'm going to, my work ethic, like, we had a plan. I knew how my life was going to be for the rest of my life because I thought it'd be with him. Ugh, whatever. Doesn't even matter anymore. It's over. We ended up leaving. There was, like, all this drama because I noticed that his parents were drinking a lot, and I was like, yeah, I can't ride home with you guys. And it was just a whole big ordeal. Story for another day, that's for sure. I get home, some time goes by. Like, it's hard not seeing him as often as I could, but like I said, he did only live like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So he came home most weekends. And every time he came home, just like normal, caught up a little bit. We FaceTimed almost every night, let me just say. Like 8 months into a relationship at this point, and you guys are still FaceTiming every night and still hanging out every weekend. Like, that, like, has to mean something, right? Like, that's, like, commitment. So he comes down for a few weekends, flash forward, say, I think we're together for 10 months at this point. I don't even remember if we made it to that point. I'm just gonna go with general, I think 9 months. It was 9 months. He comes home, and at this point, we are doing the deed, kind of on a regular, safe though, in case my dad ever finds this, or anyone. This is my business, guys. Don't be hating. Don't act like y'all aren't doing it too. You'll probably know a lot more about you than you think I do if you go to my school or if you know me. So don't judge, okay? So this is the funny part, and this is like, I told my friends about this, and because I like kind of kept it to myself. I didn't know it was like that big of a deal, but apparently they were like, you're insane for like knowing that. So he comes home. I shouldn't be laughing because it is like low-key really sad. But he comes home for the weekend. I'm spending the weekend with him, and we start doing our thing, you know? And this man, when I tell you, he's doing things I've never seen him do before. You know, like, the SAX before that was, like, mediocre, and for some reason this time he was just, like, really good at it. Like, he knew what he was doing so well. Like, okay, whatever. Fast forward. I pushed him off me. He's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What am I doing wrong? And I look at him and I'm like, Connor, baby. Connor, baby. You're cheating on me. And he was like, what? Like, I do research to see, like, what would feel good for you, and you assume I'm cheating on you? Like, what kind of person do you think I am? I kind of brushed it off. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But, like, my gut was telling me, like, there's something going on, and I'm gonna find out no matter what. And while that part was crazy, listen to this. So this is probably, like, a week later. Like, this is all, like, kind of in the same time frame, which is crazy to think about now because it feels, like, so spread out. But low-key, it was, like, a week after that happened. And I was already really suspicious, and I was, like, kind of keeping a closer eye. I'm, like, running out of breath. And I am logged into his Snapchat, and he's on this girl's private story. And her name is... what's a good name I can make up for this bitch? Actually, the girl I found. Whatever. This girl. This sweet little girl. Claire. I'll call her Claire. She looks like a Claire. I'm like, who's Claire? I didn't say on your Snap. I just said, who's Claire? And he goes, oh, she's a girl that stayed at my apartment. What? Some girl that stayed at my apartment? I'm gonna need more than that, thank you. He's like, yeah, she's a friend of my friend's girlfriend, and they all came over. We kind of had a little party, and she just stayed at the apartment. I was like, Where'd she sleep, Connor? He was like, oh, on the couch, you know. So me being the psycho bitch I am, sadly, shout out to Connor and plenty of others who made me this way, I take the girl's username, try and add her on my Snap. I'm blocked. What? But then I think she has like a privacy setting thing. I don't know. This is like still a mystery to me, and it's been like, we broke. It's been 4 months, and I still don't know this. This is a mystery. Look her up on my friend's phone. Can't find her. Blocked. Like, weird. Really weird, okay? And this was the same friend who introduced me to him. So it would make sense that he would have us block us both, but when I get into the story a little bit more, that won't make any sense, okay? I find her, whatever. I text her on his account, and I go, do I know you? She's like, you forgot? At this point, I am tweaking, and I am at school during this. Like, while this is happening, I'm at school, tweaking out. I'm in my study hall, and I'm like, oh my god, we're literally gonna... Yeah. And I was like, no, please enlighten me. And she was like, there's no way you don't remember. So I asked him again. I asked Connor, who is Claire on your Snapchat? Oh, that's some girl I talked to like 5 years ago. What? And so the girl ends up telling me, like, we literally talked, like, she thinks that I'm him. She's like, we literally talked like 5 years ago. We had sex, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like, obviously I don't care. That was 5 freaking years ago. So I asked, I'm like, I just name dropped. So I asked Connor, and I'm like, so who's Claire? He's like, the one on Snap? Like, I thought we got that figured out. I go, no, the one who's in your apartment, who stayed the night with you. He was like, oh, I'm like, I'm gonna need a first and last name. Thank you. I'm gonna need a first and last name. And usually, like, if he told me, like, whenever she was there, I would have had completely different feelings about this whole thing. I definitely would have, like, texted her and been like, hey, like, you're staying the night where my boyfriend stays. Like, I will find out if anything happens. Please don't. And if he tries anything, let me know so I can break this off. But he didn't. I had no clue that there was a girl staying at his apartment. Finally found her after many failed DMs. Ugh, my bad. And I find her finally, the one. This sounds so bad. I am a girl's girl at heart, but she knew I existed, and she's a homewrecker and a bitch, so I'm gonna say what I want, low-key. All of his exes were, like, kind of chubby and blonde. I am neither of those things. This girl fits his type perfectly. Woo! I'm like, okay, cool. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. And I text her, hey girl, I'm Connor's girlfriend. She was like, yeah, I know who you are, whatever. And I'm like, so, do you want to tell me what happened? Do you want to tell me what went on with you two real quick? And she was like, oh, yeah, we were drinking, whatever, and I didn't want to drive home, so he let me stay the night. Where'd you sleep, babe? Where'd you sleep? She was like, well, I was gonna sleep on the couch, but this, like, is gut-wrenching. Like, my stomach is turning right now. I might throw up in a second. I can't even lie. And his bed. Was he in it? Yeah. So I text Connor. You want to tell me something? What's going on? He's not giving me any information. He's saying, you know, she's just trying to be a homewrecker. She's trying to ruin this. Like, she's lying. What reason does this random girl have to lie? That's, like, the biggest thing. Because I've been cheated on a few times, and they've always used that excuse. Like, she's just making it up. What reason does she have to make it up? What? Unless she's, like, evil, what reason does she have to make it up? And I'd ask her, I'm like, did you guys do anything? She's like, I'll let him tell you. Girl, just be a girl's girl for 2 seconds. Just tell me what you did so I can end it with this asshole. Because I like low-key knew that I was ending it no matter what. Like the bed I built, I made for him. Oh my god, like I'm sick. She was like, actually I'm done talking to her at this point. I think I blocked her. And I'm like, you guys did something, and I just like, I need you to tell me. Like, and I did this thing. I'm like, I won't be mad, like I'm not breaking up with you. Like, I had hope in my heart before he told me that they did anything, that like maybe they didn't and we could get past this. I let her give me Hawk 2, if you know what I'm saying. Oh my god. So I'm like, obviously I'm hysterical. Like, I've been dating this guy for 9 months now. This is like probably the most committed relationship I've ever been in. And like, you're spraying this information on me. I don't know how to handle this. So I'm like hysterical. I'm like, why would you do it? Why'd you let her sleep with you? Why didn't you tell me? And I basically got like a timeline. First of all, craziest shit a guy's ever said to me. He goes, well, I couldn't let her sleep on the couch. Oh, you couldn't? Cool. Apparently, the whole timeline, it was before my homecoming. So he had seen me plenty of other times before I had any clue. It was before my homecoming. And like that night of homecoming, I was like, I low-key knew that like this isn't lasting much longer. Like, we're not getting along. And he just is really defensive about everything. I don't really know what's going on. I had my ideas, but I wasn't gonna like accuse him without any information. And I mean, yeah, they apparently had gone out drinking one night and they all came back to their house to like play cards. Fucking weirdos. And they were both smoking a cigarette out on the deck together. And she was like,
I probably shouldn't drive. Like, no one here can drive. I'll like just stay on the couch tonight.
I just name drop again. I hope I didn't name drop too many times in here. Anyways, Connor was like,
you can just like sleep with me, whatever.
They ended up doing some nasty stuff. I don't even want to say it out loud because I will vomit in my mouth. Not much happened other than that. The moral of the story though is, ask about anyone. Because I asked about some random girl and he ratted on himself for cheating on me. He didn't even check who I was talking about. He didn't ask. He ratted on himself. Like this, I found all of this out through coincidence, pure coincidence. And I know there's nothing such as a coincidence, but finding some random girl with the same name as the girl that he cheated on me with, that's nothing other than a coincidence. And it's just like, it's insane because at the first red flags, like, get out. Because if this guy is not perfect, he is not worth your time, babe. Not worth your time at all. And if you're one of those girls who's like okay with their man cheating on them, praying for you, honey. Like, you need some self-help. I'm here for you. But yeah, so basically that's the story today. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I sure know I did. Just bringing back drama that I thought I was over, but clearly not, because I'm gonna go cry in my bed for a while. So yeah, this was my first video. I have plenty of crazy stories. They do not end. I don't really know what kind of videos I want to make. I have a fun life, so I might like do vlogs and stuff too, but this kind of thing is fun because like I am locked in my house and I haven't gotten ready in a while. So if you enjoyed watching, please subscribe to my new YouTube channel. I'm not going to do all the cringy YouTuber stuff, but you get the gist. So yeah, thank you guys for watching.
Your girl.
Mama, a girl behind you.